The word Ningen simply means human in Japanese. That choice alone is important. It suggests that whatever was being described was not seen as an animal in the usual sense, but as something uncannily human-like, at least in outline. Unlike ancient yokai or sea monsters found in classical Japanese folklore, the Ningen is not an old legend. It is a modern phenomenon, emerging primarily in the early 2000s, rooted in anonymous online testimony rather than traditional oral storytelling. This immediately separates it from creatures like the kappa or umibozu. The Ningen belongs to the age of polar expeditions, military secrecy, and internet anonymity, the Antarctic setting. Nearly all Ningen reports are tied to the Southern Ocean and Antarctic waters, particularly areas patrolled by Japanese research and whaling vessels during the late 20th century. These waters are poorly mapped, hostile to long-term observation, rarely traversed by civilians, subject to extreme optical illusions, fog, ice glare, bioluminescence. This environment is crucial. It is one of the few places on Earth where large, unknown marine life could exist, unnoticed, at least for long periods. The first accounts, late 1990s to early 2000s. The earliest Ningen stories appeared on Japanese internet forums, particularly 2channel, 2CH, a large anonymous message board. Posters claimed to be crew members on whaling ships, maritime self-defense force personnel, scientific researchers, commercial sailors. The accounts shared several consistent elements: a large, pale, humanoid shape in the water, smooth white or off-white skin, a face with minimal features, eyes, sometimes a mouth, limbs shaped like arms, sometimes flippers, extreme size estimates, 20 to 30 meters in some accounts. Importantly, no two descriptions were identical, but the general silhouette remained consistent. Behavior described. Unlike aggressive sea monster legends, Ningen behavior is described as passive, curious, briefly surfacing, submerging quickly once noticed, and there are no verified reports of attacks. Several witnesses claimed the creature swam parallel to ships, observed vessels from beneath the surface, appeared startled when illuminated. This aligns more with animal curiosity than predatory behavior. Photographs and evidence. A handful of images circulate online, often cited as evidence of the Ningen. These include blurry white shapes in dark water, ice formations resembling humanoid figures, whales or seals distorted by perspective. None of these images are conclusive. Marine biologists note that ice shelves breaking underwater can resemble moving bodies. Whales surfacing at unusual angles can appear humanoid. Light scattering under polar conditions severely distorts scale. No physical remains, tissue samples, or sonar records have ever been publicly released. Misidentified marine animals. Several species could account for sightings. Sperm whales, especially albino or scarred individuals, elephant seals, large squid interacting with ice pods of whales moving beneath thin ice. From above, partial surfacing could resemble arms or shoulders. B. Optical illusion and polar conditions. Antarctic waters are notorious for scale distortion, false depth perception, mirages caused by temperature gradients. The human brain is particularly prone to pareidolia, seeing human shapes where none exist. C. Stress and isolation. Extended deployments in polar regions are associated with sleep disruption, sensory deprivation, heightened threat perception. This does not imply dishonesty, only that perception can be altered under extreme conditions. Why the legend persisted. The Ningen gained traction for several reasons. Anonymous witnesses with plausible maritime backgrounds, a setting where verification is nearly impossible, the absence of ancient folklore making it feel new and unexplained, cultural fascination with humanoid forms. Unlike Bigfoot or Nessie, the Ningen feels clinical, modern, and unsettling, less myth, more anomaly. 8. Government secrecy claims. Some believe Japanese authorities suppress information about the Ningen. However, there is no documented lake, memo, or credible whistleblower Antarctic research data is widely shared internationally. No sonar anomalies consistent with a massive humanoid species have been verified. While governments do withhold military data, biological discoveries are typically celebrated, not buried. The Ningen as modern folklore. Most historians and folklorists classify the Ningen as a digital age maritime legend comparable to submarine UFO sightings, a product of isolation, technology, and storytelling feedback loops. But folklore does not mean fabrication. It means a story shaped by human experience. The consistent emotional tone of reports, confusion rather than fear, suggests witnesses believed they saw something, even if they misunderstood what it was.